Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us this morning for this Energy Forum. For those of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Tim Thompson. I am the CEO at Lake Region Electric Cooperative. And on behalf of all of the Lake Region Electric Cooperative board members and Lake Region Electric Cooperative employees who are here, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to our Energy Forum. As we all know, our energy industry is changing rapidly. Because of this, our strategy at Lake Region Electric Cooperative is to do more for our members. In addition to providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity, we are striving to be your local trusted energy services provider, offering a menu of energy services. Here's some of the examples of the energy services that we now provide. We have started a natural gas company to bring natural gas service to areas in our service territory that's never had gas before. We are improving the quality of life of the people that we are serving because it's a lower cost fuel compared to propane, and we are saving them money on their heating costs. We now have a standby generator business where we will install and maintain standby generators for our members. For those members who are worried about power outages and storms and those types of things, this is a good option to have a standby generator that will automatically come on when the power goes out and power your home for you. We install ground-mounted solar systems called our GoWest solar solution for members. We've done 2 successful community solar projects with our members, and we've also done a first-of-its-kind wind-solar hybrid project where we are harnessing both the wind and the sun in one local renewable energy project and providing that renewable energy to our members. As the industry continues to change and evolve, we also want to do more to increase our member engagement and strive to be your local trusted source of information. We want to be a cooperative that has a high level of member engagement. The map on this slide with all those dots on it, that's our electric service territory. It's a large service territory. It's 3,200 square miles. Each one of those dots represents some form of member engagement that we've had across our big service territory in the last couple of years. Things like our annual meeting, our district meetings, our Coffee with the Co-op program, where we get out into the neighborhoods, invite members in to have a cup of coffee and a donut with us and talk about Lake Region, talk about energy issues. It includes our Apps and Chats program, again, where we get out into the neighborhoods at a restaurant, invite members in to have an appetizer and a beverage and just talk about energy issues and Lake Region Electric. It also represents the locations where the members live who participate in our virtual member advisory committee. I know some of you are here today. That's great. With the magic of technology, we can communicate, share information with those members, receive feedback from them. Just a great way to increase our member engagement. Well, what better way to increase our member engagement at Lake Region than to have an energy forum with the room full of Lake Region members, board members, and employees, and an absolutely wonderful lineup of panelists today. We are just delighted to have these experts in the room with us. We so much appreciate you being here. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce our moderator and our panelists. I hope you've got an agenda with you. If you don't, raise your hand. We will get one to you. Within this pamphlet is also the bios of our moderator and our panelists. I'm going to briefly introduce them and give an overview, and then I will turn it over to our moderator. So let's start with our moderator right here to my left, Jeff Haas. Jeff is the manager of member services and energy use, end-use strategy for Great River Energy, or GRE, as we say. Jeff works closely with us on important topics like load management, a very important aspect to Lake Region Electric, considering we have over half of our members participating in at least one load management program. Great River Energy is our generation and transmission cooperative, and Lake Region is one of the member owners of Great River Energy. Great River Energy manages the generation of the electricity and the transmission lines to transport the electricity to our substations at the local level, and Lake Region distributes the energy from there to you at the local level. Our first presenter today, next to Jeff there, is Derek Moe. Derek is the CEO of Minnesota Rural Electric Association, or MREA. MREA provides valuable leadership to Minnesota cooperatives on key topics like energy policy, legislative affairs, regulatory affairs, our safety culture, which is so important to us at Lake Region, as well as education and training opportunities for our board members and employees. And while Derek is going to be discussing a lot of things today, he's going to be talking about the new Minnesota carbon-free standard. We are very thankful to Derek and MREA and his team for the efforts in this last legislative session to achieve some amendments for us in that important legislation. Following Derek will be Priti Patel. With Priti's busy schedule today, she is joining us virtually. When we get to her part of the presentation, she will appear on the screen for us. Priti is the Vice President and Chief Transmission Officer with Great River Energy. We really appreciate her leadership on critical topics like the significant transmission infrastructure build-out that she will be speaking about, additional transmission infrastructure that is needed to improve reliability on the grid. Following Priti will be Zach Ruziski. He is the Director of Resource Planning at Great River Energy. Zach, for those of you who were at our annual meeting, attended our annual meeting a month ago. Zach and his team have done a great job managing the generation portfolio at GRE as it has transitioned from a predominantly coal-dominated portfolio to a more renewable-based portfolio. He will be speaking about Great River Energy's 15-year IRP, Integrated Resource Plan, that shows what resources our future power supply will come from. Following Zach is Tolu Omotoso. Tolu is the Director of Energy Solutions for our national association, the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, NRECA. He is one of NREC's subject matter experts on distributed energy resources like battery storage and microgrids. He will be speaking on a variety of topics from industry trends to the utility member of the future. Rounding out our distinguished panelists here is Julie Lucas. We are just delighted that Julie could be here today. She is the Executive Director of Mining Minnesota. Julie advocates for responsible mining of the mineral resources that will be needed to keep the lights on as our industry transitions to a future power in greater part from renewables. You know, it seems daily that in the daily industry news clips, we hear something about mining and minerals, and just delighted that you're here. Great timing for our forum. These panelists are incredibly busy people. As I hand it off to Jeff, our moderator, would you please join me and let's give them a very warm welcome and just look forward to a very learning opportunity today and some engagement. So thank you all.